Good afternoon, happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I did get to vlogs today. I edited those. That was kind of the big thing that I ended up working on. And guys, I'm being totally honest. It was like 10:30. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna go to bed early. And then I was like, well, you know what? The Bulls game isn't over yet because they were playing the Suns, which are in Arizona, maybe? Something, you know, over there. So they're like 2 time zones away from us. And so I was like, oh, like I'll just stay up until the game's over. And then the game was over at, I don't even know, like 11 or something like that, maybe close to midnight. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed at midnight. It's even later now too, and I was like, okay, well, all I have to do is just real quick wash my face and brush my teeth before I go to bed. So I was like, I don't have to like wash my hair or anything like that. Like I can, you know, just take a real quick shower and everything. And then I was like, yeah, now it's much later, guys, and I'm frustrated with myself again because I was actually yesterday night, I was like, I'm gonna try and go to bed early, and like even if I can't fall asleep, like take a melatonin and just try and go to bed early. And then I was thinking about the same thing like tonight, and yeah, that ended up happening again. So my mom was actually going to cook today, and she had said that she wanted to do like Reuben sandwiches for leftovers from St. Patrick's Day yesterday with like corned beef and everything like that. And so she was supposed to go and get that stuff, ended up not actually getting it. I guess she went to Dollar Tree instead, and yeah, so she didn't end up picking up the stuff for dinner tonight, which, like I said, she had planned on doing, so I wasn't going to cook. And so then my dad was like, well, I just want to get pizza. And so my dad ended up just going out and getting pizza for dinner tonight. And Jack had his weightlifting stuff today. I told you guys too. I also had like errands and things like that I had to do today as well. So everything mostly got done, but I have other stuff too that I also need to do later in the week, which is why like throughout this entire week I don't have much time like during the day and stuff like that. I didn't wake up very early either. Well, like afternoon errands, I guess, and things like that I need to get done. I also have stuff on Wednesday and on Thursday too. So yeah, guys, it's like tomorrow and I think Friday is like where I don't have really anything that I know of that's going on. Unless something winds up popping up, and then I do have something going on. I needed to get laundry taken care of too, which I think I'm gonna probably take care of it actually once I get out of the shower. I didn't actually get to finishing that today either, which I wanted to. I still think I have just about another load that I also need to do. But Matthew wanted, this week and last week, he wanted like all of his comforters washed, and not the ones that he uses and like brings back to school, but the ones that he has upstairs on his bed. So he threw them all in the laundry, and like I can only wash like 1 blanket at a time, so I've had to do extra that and like on top of that. But they were both red, so I threw in like a little bit of red clothes with one comforter and then a little bit with the other one, so that at least like some clothes were getting done, so I don't have like a whole, you know, on top of that another load of laundry to do. So I was able to kind of like split that and do like a half and half kind of thing. The thing that stinks though about today, guys, is that my mom came and she woke me up at 9:30, and I was like, yes, 9:30, I'm up early, like I can get stuff done. I was actually on my phone at like 9:30 in the morning, everything like that. Normally once I go on my phone, 80% of the time I wind up actually getting up, as long as I've made the conscious effort to like get up, like look at stuff on my phone. Like normally it actually helps me kind of wake up a little bit in the morning. Now when I'm actually like full on awake, then I just kind of like spend time messing around on my phone. But like if I like check Instagram, like Snapchat, Facebook, whatever, you know, Twitter and stuff like that, I'll just like check them, see if I have notifications, Pinterest too sometimes, and like just kind of like real quick like see if anybody's posted anything interesting or, you know, that kind of stuff like first thing in the morning. Now if I wind up waking up later, I tend to do one of those like I'm just browsing on there and then like wind up in like some wormhole somewhere looking up all kinds of random stuff and not actually like paying attention to like, you know, just like the top points of interest, I guess, or whatever, you know. Then I like go and look at searches and all kinds of other stuff. Like what I do when I wake up, which like I said, helps me actually get up, like my brain to start functioning in the morning. So for me, I actually think it's kind of helpful. Here's the part where it gets not helpful anymore, but like I'll spend my time, like I'll maybe check Facebook real quick and just kind of, you know, scroll through really quickly. I'll check Instagram real fast, kind of scroll through real quickly, see if there's anything like new posted. I'll check Snapchat, any stories or anything like that, kind of just scroll through there. I'll just kind of like check Snapchat. I don't know that you necessarily scroll through it, but yeah, that, and like Twitter, and like I said, sometimes Pinterest if I have like a notification or whatever. But then the problem is once I get through the few apps and just kind of, again, briefly skim over stuff, then I go back on the apps again and then start looking up stuff. And then it's where I start to then, if the second time I go through, like nobody's posted anything in the last like 5-10 minutes that I've been on my phone, so then I will start looking like and get lost in an app or something. Sometimes it's Instagram, sometimes it winds up being Facebook, sometimes it's Snapchat. And so like what was maybe only 10 minutes to just real quick like browse through everything first thing in the morning winds up being like almost a half hour to an hour that I've spent on my phone first thing in the morning, which is horrible, and I don't like doing that, and that's the part that's not good. But like when I first wake up, especially if I'm really tired and I just take like 10 minutes to just real quick browse and then actually decide to get up, then that's good. And it actually, like I said, kind of helps like mentally wake me up and forces me to do something, so I'm not just laying in bed like waiting to get up and then fall back asleep, because normally that's what winds up happening. I'll be like, I'll wait 5 or 10 minutes until my alarm goes off again, you know, or whatever, and then I wind up falling back asleep. And so I do that anyway, so at least if I'm on my phone, I'm like kind of waking myself up and like doing something instead of, again, just laying there waiting for my alarm to go off. And then when it goes off the second time, because it's actually with the one that's behind me, I could turn it off, but like with the switch, the only thing is I normally wind up then forgetting to turn it back on in the morning. Whereas though when it's actually going off, I can hit the off button and it will turn it off. That's different than the other one that I have over here. You actually do have to flip the switch, and sometimes I do especially wind up forgetting to turn this one back on in the morning. So that's why I normally wind up waiting for the other one to go off, because when it goes off again, if I've hit the snooze button, then I hit the off button like when I'm actually ready to get up out of bed, or if I'm up already, I'll sometimes turn it off. But normally I wind up just being like, okay, I'll wait, like, you know, I think it goes off every 7 or 8 minutes or something like that. So I'm like, okay, I'll just lay here for like 7 minutes and then I'll get up. Or like sometimes if I just hit it and then finally like realize what I did, it might be only 5 minutes, that I'm actually like laying there, and then I'll wait and then I'll turn it off. So that one is like I said, kind of confusing, but I do kind of like it that, again, normally before I go to bed, I don't always remember to turn my alarm clocks on. Like I said, especially with the one that I have over here, because I do need 2 alarms to wake me up in the morning. But the one that's next to my bed, like I said, I hit the actual off button. And this thing, guys, is so old. It's a CD player. That's literally how old it is. I've had it for, I think like in 6th grade, like right before I started going to middle school is when I got it. Because before that, my mom used to pretty much just wake me up before school and stuff like that. Which, like, I was homeschooled before that, but then even before that, when I was in public school, was like 2nd or so grade, so my mom would like normally wake me up. But like in 6th grade, I think is when I don't remember, we had like 2 like different CD players, and one was the CD player with the alarm clock. That's the one I have now, and we had a different one that was just a CD player, and it was like a bigger like boom box kind of like CD player kind of thing. So I got the smaller one so I could actually listen to CDs in my room, which was like 5th, maybe it was even before 6th grade, like maybe 4th or 5th grade even too. But yeah, that was like the big thing, and I haven't gotten rid of it because it's really loud and I really like it. The other one that I have is not very loud. It's like a lot quieter, so I prefer to use that one, even though it's like an old dinosaur and it's huge. It takes up so much space, but it's loud and it does wake me up in the morning. And I do kind of like the off feature, so that then if the only time I can hit the off button is when the alarm's actually going off. So I can't hit it when it's already off and leave it on for the next night. So that's why, like I said, I like that one. But yeah, so it's kind of a double-edged sword though, because like I said, then I wind up like sitting on my phone and being like, okay, like I'll just sit here for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, and then it winds up turning into a whole thing, and then I'll wind up falling back asleep. But I was up, guys. I was up at 9:30, which was really good. Then I fell asleep until like I think 11 or something like that, and I fell back asleep. And like I said, tonight it's not much earlier, so which stinks, but hopefully my shower won't take too long. The other problem was too, guys, was that I did go to bed a little bit earlier last night. I think I was in bed by about like 2 or 3 or something like that, but I could not fall asleep until almost 5 in the morning, which was crazy. And if I can't fall asleep again tonight, I think I'm going to try and take the melatonin just so that it, like, I completely fall asleep and I'm not staying up super late just because I can't fall asleep. Like right now, like there's a difference between like it being my fault, like I purposefully stay up, and like just not being able to fall asleep. Yesterday night was semi my fault. I did stay up too late and didn't make myself go to bed early, but then when I was in bed I couldn't fall asleep for another like 2 hours. So I think I told you guys too, I kind of wanted to take my melatonin like again because it's gonna be spring soon, guys. I love to be outside in the mornings. Don't want to be outside at like, you know, 3 in the afternoon in the middle of the week, like even on the weekends too. I didn't do too crazy much on the weekends, but like in the morning I just like being outside in the gardens in the morning, like with fresh cut grass after like the dew on the ground and everything like that. Like it's just so nice. And it's like if I don't start getting into a good habit and a good routine soon, that's not going to happen. So I need to start doing that. And like I said, I wanted to start yesterday and want to start again today too. It's just not a good timing. So I'm hoping that I can just like make myself get up, because I also don't want to lose hours of my day by like, you know, if I'm waking up late and have to go to bed early, and then what if I actually still don't wake up, then I've just lost more hours. So I have to try and figure something out. Today would have been perfect if I actually had gotten up and stayed up at 9:30, and then I would have been tired early and would have went to bed early then tonight, but I wasn't tired. So anyways, guys, I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, I'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.